Today I want to talk about safe friends. Safe in quotation marks. I have gotten to a point in my life right now where I need community so badly that it is like a life or death situation. Like, seriously, that sounds dramatic, but it's actually true. I was thinking a lot earlier today about college, and it's been a little over a year and a half since I graduated college. And as I thought about it earlier today, I had this intense, nostalgic, sad, kind of pining feeling that I've had increasingly over the past, I would say, 6, 8 months, maybe a year, where every time, or not every time, but sometimes I think about college and my college memories, and I want that feeling back so badly that it hurts. And there's a fear there that, like, what if I never feel that feeling again? And it's not like I peaked in college, like that's not really the feeling. I'm more successful now than I was then. I'm a more healthy, well-rounded person, I would say, and I know a lot more about myself. Like I'm an improved person from who I was in college. I tend to make healthier choices for the most part. So it's not like a peaked in college thing. It's an intense fear that I'll never get that feeling back. And as I thought about it earlier today, and as I journaled about it just now, I realized that the feeling, boiled down to its essence, is just community. Like, I need to have in my life a handful of people that I see consistently outside of work who know the real me. That's really all it is. And I haven't really had that since college. And it's been, like I said, a little over a year and a half. And so that fear has gotten really pronounced. And it shakes me and almost damages my sense of self, because it feels like it might really be true that, like, I'll never feel that feeling again. Anyway, something else that I realized was every time that I go through a big transition in life, and this has been true since I was very young, we moved around a lot when I was growing up. My family did. And so I would have to, start over at new schools and stuff. And the three biggest transition periods, the ones that are most prominent in my memory and that I'm mostly talking about, are we moved across the country when I was 10. That was really hard for me. And then I did like middle school at this one school and then transferred to a different school in 8th grade. And I ended up staying at that school from 8th grade until 12th. So I had 5 years at the same school, and that was really good for me. But the transition period of moving, and then the transition between schools, and then the transition from high school to college were all super hard for me. And in those transition periods, I had a similar feeling to like what I'm feeling now. And it's, a lack of community, a lack of awareness of kind of my role and where I fit into my world and who my people are. And I realized there's this thing that I've done in every transition period in my life that I'm now doing in the transition between college and whatever's after college. For me, it's been a lot of different things so far, but I do this thing that I've only just now started to kind of articulate or even realize, really, where the first people that I gravitate towards are safe friends. You know that moment of panic where you have to choose somebody to sit by? Like you're in a new environment and you just have to kind of go towards the first person that you think might be friendly. In that moment, I find someone who is safe. In these vulnerable transition moments in life, I go towards people that I feel sure won't reject me. So, my first friends in a new place are often people that I don't actually like that much. And I end up with these friendships where I know that I've chosen a person who I'm never really going to connect with deeply. And I don't do this consciously necessarily, but I choose friends for myself who aren't the friends that I actually want. And so I end up in these relationships where I feel like this person's a little weird, or this person's kind of needy and clingy, but they are the one putting forth all the effort, and I don't have to make myself vulnerable or put myself in the position to be rejected. I just let someone else do the work. And the truth is, these people aren't weird or needy or clingy. They're just not a real connection. They're not the person that I really, truly want to be around. Essentially, I don't make the effort with the people that I think are cool. I let other people who maybe think I'm cool make the effort. But when I do that, I end up in friendships where, like I said, I don't really like the person. And then after a certain amount of time, I feel resentful of their efforts. And then I start quietly resenting my friend, and then I feel guilty, obviously, because it's like I don't want to feel annoyed by my only friend. I don't want to wish that this person would go away. But what I'm doing is setting myself up for failure. I'm choosing people based on this one criterion of won't reject me. And then I'm rejecting them because I don't actually like them. And those kinds of relationships, they don't tend to last. And I've gotten so lucky in the past. Like in high school, I started off this way, but I eventually ended up with my quote-unquote real friends instead of my safe friends, you know. And once I had these real friends, I felt that community feeling. And those are people that I consider family now. I feel confident they'll be in my life until the end of it. And the same thing happened in college. I started off just kind of lost, letting people come to me, and then eventually ended up with my real friends. Again, people that I consider family, will be in each other's lives forever. But what I'm realizing now is that making friends in the adult world, like outside of a school environment where you're thrown in with your peers and you're around them all the time, is so different and so much harder. And I'm realizing that if I don't make the effort, if I don't find the courage to reach out to the people that I actually like, that I actually want to connect with, I may go through the rest of my life feeling alone. Like it's up to me now. And I've seen the effects that isolation has had on me in these months since ending college. And those effects are devastating. They're truly awful. Like when I said that finding community is a life or death situation now, I've realized it actually is. My choice is community or death. Because I've seen what I will do to myself when I don't have my people. I will end up with toxic coping mechanisms or in abusive relationships if I don't have community. It is a need. It is essential. And so my 2024 resolution is to cultivate community. It's to connect. It's to find my family in the place that I am now. I've gotten so lucky, like I said in the past, with chosen family. My 2 best friends from high school and my 2 best friends from college are the best people that I know. They are peak humans. And I've got to find the next set.